Hello, everybody. I'm back. Today we'll do something a little different. No ads today. No ads, but I promise next time, or yeah, the ads will come back later. Maybe next time. And I wrote my script a little bit different this time. It's just a bunch of points, not really a script. So I'm gonna have to improv a lot of it and fill in the blanks. I feel like it might be a little more natural that way too, so let's see. We'll find out. As I'm doing this, I'm sort of. At one point, I sort of started thinking, why did I start doing stand up, and why did I start like practicing and learning how to write stand up and how to perform stand up? Because it's not easy. I really suck at it. I still suck at it. I'm gonna suck at it for a long time. Maybe like a year from now, it'll start being a little bearable, but. But I realized today that like part of the reason I want to learn how to do stand up well, or good enough, is I want to be able to make people laugh when I talk and say things and talk about things and tell stories. Not because I want to make people laugh. I'm not that generous. I'm a selfish asshole. I want to make people laugh because when people are laughing, they're listening. Like, you can't be laughing at something without having like listened to whatever that person is talking about and understood it and processed it and internalized it, right? Like the effect of laughing means you understood what's going on and you find some humor in it and you laugh. You have that reaction. And stand-up is really nice because there's so much I want to say. There's so much I want to say, but it's meaningless if nobody listens. But to be fair, it's not like the stuff I want to say is like anything grand or good. I'm just a crazy person. It's just, there's so much nonsense I want to say and get out and have people listen to that nonsense. Stand up, I realize it's just like any other art that I try to practice and get better at. Whether it's like, I started to like draw connections between stand-up and dance because I dance a lot. In dance, I naturally like to freestyle. In dance there's like freestyle and choreo. Two different types of dance, ways to dance and approach dancing. But I'm able to freestyle in dance because like it makes sense to me. Like I naturally like know how to move my body or know how I want to express my emotions with my body language, because I use a lot of body language when I talk in real life. It's just sort of intuition. But I don't have that for comedy. Like when I'm talking normally, nobody's laughing. When I'm talking normally, I'm the farthest thing away from funny. When I'm talking like IRL, people don't laugh. They sleep. Let me give you an example. So, an example of like what a normal conversation with me would be like. So let's say we're friends and we met up, and I'm gonna tell you about my day. So yeah. What did I do today? How am I? I'm good. I went to the taco truck today. I had their breakfast and it was really good. They recently added horchata to their menu. Super cool. It's really nice. And I love that taco truck. I go there all the time. Like it's so boring. Like I couldn't even stand listening to myself right there. So like when I approach stand up, I can't just talk. I have to like plan it out and like plan out the punchlines and the certain setups and ideas. so I don't go off like on these rambles and tangents that just put people to sleep. And I also need to work on my performance skill, like pacing, and delivering, and like committing to a character, things like that. So let me try that again. Let me try that story again. So, how was your day? How are you? Well, I am great. So a new taco truck opened near me recently, and I never knew heaven came on wheels. My favorites are the asada, cabeza, chorizo, and the chicharron. Yeah, like I'm kind of Asian IRL, but I've been there so many times. I feel like they made me an honorary Mexican. Like they make me feel so welcome, always bringing me food with a smile, happy to see me. So either like I've earned being an honorary Mexican, or they just really like how I spend all my money there. But yeah, I feel like there's this thought in my head that it's like, it's almost imperative to learn some sort of entertainment skill. Because honestly, for me, it's really hard to pay attention to anything. I can't read, and I'm not even joking about that. I tell people I can't read, they don't believe me. They're always like, what? Like, no, I'm serious, I can't read. The bedtime story stream that I did a few days ago, that was the first time that I read in 20 years. 20 years! The last time I read was like in elementary school. And I remember it very clearly. It was the first page of Harry Potter. And I remember reading the first half of the first paragraph of Harry Potter, then falling asleep. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, yep, I guess reading's not for me. Like, to read on that stream, on that bedtime story stream last week, I literally had to make it a performance. I had to stream it, I had to like think of it as performing, like I was singing or dancing or doing other things that I actually am able to do. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful to be able to read and experience reading. Books are a magical fantasy land of excitement and wonder and emotional journeys and also wisdom. I was thinking today at my boba shop where I write this, the book writing process is not easy. Like it's really hard to like bullshit a book. You have to write it, you have to edit, you have to revise, and you get an editor, and you go back and forth and look back and edit and change all the stuff and maybe throw the whole thing away and redo it. And then you finally get to print it. You gotta put a lot of thought into writing a book. And it takes like years, I think, usually. Like years of time to put together this one book. Like the quality usually are pretty good. Today, we wake up, turn on the TV, we see something, we get a reaction, I feel angry, and then we repeat what we heard on TV in all caps and 150 characters. The only reason we don't... What the hell am I going with the script? Oh, I'm gonna skip that. That doesn't make sense. What the hell was I saying here? The only reason we don't learn is so much. I must have been in the car when I was writing this. It makes no sense. Anyways, something. Okay. So I'm trying to talk about Twitter, right? I'm trying to talk about Twitter. You wake up in the morning, you feel all these emotions, and you go blasting, arguing with people on Twitter, and it's just like a shitstorm. It's like people throwing crap at each other all day long on the internet, and all day you're just sitting in that crap all day and flinging your crap at other people flinging their crap at you. It's like that Morgan Freeman movie, where like The Morgan Freeman jailbreak movie, where at the end the guy breaks out of jail, and he got out by like swimming out of a sewer, like something super gross, and he's covered in crap, and rain is pouring, and he's screaming at the sky like ah! Yeah, that's like us, but every day. There's so much I want to say. I have to learn art. I have to learn some sort of art. Like if nobody listens, it's pointless. It's the same as sitting in an apartment and talking to a wall. Like, have you tried that? It doesn't work. Talking to a wall is not therapeutic. Like, I know when I'm talking to a wall, I don't particularly care about the wall, right? Like, I don't think of the wall as a person or entity or have a personality or a point of view or anything human. It's just a damn wall. So I don't, when I'm talking to a wall, I don't try as hard. I don't dig as deep. I have half-assed my conversations with the wall. I'm not as honest. Like, who cares? It's a wall. Luckily, I still have enough respect and decency when I treat other human beings. Like, when I'm talking to a person, I can't really half-ass it. I gotta be more honest. When I'm talking to a person, especially usually it's a friend, right? I care about this person. I wanna not waste their time, so, well, I gotta dig in and be honest. Dig deeper, be more insightful. And at the end, like, that's what actually helps me. But I realized I have to make the stuff I say listenable. Like, I found I have so much to say, like one form of art is, like, even one form of art isn't enough to get everything out the way I want it to. I use dance to, like, when I want to express complex emotions that you can't really describe with words. It's a feeling. It's a mood, it's a vibe, it's a, but you understand it with body language because you sort of grew up watching that and using that. It's communication without words. I sing when dance isn't enough. When I need to express something very specific, like a very subtle layer of an emotion or a story, something very specific that it would be really hard to convey with dance. And I write songs when I want to express an emotion or story that I can't find a song for. And lastly, I do stand-up when I want to express the most fucked up thoughts in my head. And that brings us to the voices in my head. And yes, it's voices with an S. I was thinking about how to explain it today, because I don't want people to think I'm a crazy person, even though I am. But I don't want people to think that. It's kind of like all the voices in my head are driving in a van, right? I see myself as sort of this, like, neutral entity. No color, no really personality. I just sort of listen. I'm stupid. I have no clue where I'm going, but I'm the one driving the van. I'm driving the van, and I have no idea where I'm going. So, like, I have to listen to the others in the van, the other voices, and pray to God and hope they're reading that map correctly, and they have good intuition, and they have enough learned wisdom and experience to give me good directions, so I don't, like, drive myself off a cliff somewhere. So me and all the voices in my head are driving along the highway of life, right? There's happy. I'm gonna start, like, naming them. So the voice next to me in the passenger seat, I call him Happy. It's the pursuit of happiness. It's the embodiment of my pursuit of happiness. It's Happy is the one who helps me enjoy the good times and the good moments, keeps me in check when I'm stressed out or having a low point in my life, helps me take a break. It reminds me to take a break. I think Happy next to me in this passenger seat is the one who most closely aligns with my gut instinct. So when I talk about my gut, I think that's pretty much most of what Happy represents. Happy does what's good for me. But Happy is also a very, very bad. You ever get that friend when you're driving? You're the one driving, and you have a friend in the passenger seat. And this is maybe like before we all just stuck our own GPSs on the little AC vent, right? And you had to rely on your friend to give you directions. But like you ever have that friend who like, okay, I'm driving. Like, when should I make a turn? Right? Let me know when I should make a turn, or so I can get in the right lane. And you always get that one friend who just isn't really good at it, isn't very good at their job. Yes, the navigator. Thank you, Tam. And except like Happy over here, my navigator is like dozing off sometimes and like sleeping and like is just like dozing off, daydreaming in the middle of the day and like quiet and doesn't give me directions all the time. Behind me, like directly behind my driver's seat, and there's like a bunch more seats in the back of the van, is I'll just call it depressing. Is the depressing me. I haven't found a good name for it yet. So I'm driving, right? And every now and then, it's late at night, everybody else in the van is sleeping, and I just hear this quiet voice whisper in my ear, That's the depressing me. when everybody else is sleeping, this person likes to speak up and like yeah, likes to say remind me of all the shit that I fucked up on in my life, and what a terrible person I am, and how much I should hate myself. Oh no, actually, maybe not hate myself. Maybe that's the next person over. So next to depressing is angry. Angry is like the one in the car who is like always is like yelling at depressing. like angry is trying to fall asleep here. Meanwhile, depressing is like whispering, and angry is like yelling like, shut the fuck up and let me sleep. And meanwhile, like right after that, like a truck driver pulls up in front of me, and angry goes like, mother trucker, motherfuck, ass cunt, ass fuck, mother trucker. And then the person behind angry has to be like, no, calm down, and that's logic. That's logic me. So logic me is telling angry to like, hey, calm down. It's not the end of the world. You shouldn't get so angry. It's not good for you, for the people around you. And then angry is like, I don't want to calm down. Don't tell me to fucking calm down. Fuck. So, and then meanwhile, especially recently, Happy me up in the passenger seat wakes up and is like, oh, lol, that's funny. We should write that down and turn that into a stand-up set. Pretty much a day in Konata's voices in my head car. Logic me likes to take the wheel when I'm sleeping. So me, the neutral character, is sleeping during the day, aka at work. So logic me is driving the wheel during the day and afternoon hours when I'm working, and logic me takes no shit. Logic me will literally gas everybody else with sleeping gas in the car, just so it can sleep. Just so it could drive in peace, and like focus on work and career and the things that do matter, right? Like not the emotional shit, but like the logical stuff. the logical way to live life. Meanwhile, everybody wakes up later, like, where are we? What? 20 years have gone by? What? And then angry me is like, what the fuck did you gas us for? Like shoves logic in the back of the van, like, you don't get to drive no more. I'll tackle you if you so much as to move from your spot. Then, unbeknownst to everyone in the van, hanging underneath the van like a friggin' psycho is a voice. And it's even quieter than Depressing's voice. You only hear it when the van is stopped at a rest stop. And everybody's trying to get some Z's. And then this voice underneath the van, while the van is stopped, will whisper, "Hey, kill yourself." And everybody wakes up like, "What? Who said that? Who said that? Who is that?" And then like they don't hear anything else, and then they go back to sleep. And then it comes back up, and it's like, "Hey, aren't you tired? You even know where you're driving to? Wouldn't it be easy just to like drive off the cliff and call it done?" Like for 40 years, neutral me driving in the driver's seat didn't know that fucker was hanging on to the bottom of that van. But every now and then, it sort of nudges. Like I'm looking back and I realize that it's sort of constantly nudging. For example, I take these road trips all the time. And I like to go on these adventures, honestly. I like to go out on an adventure. Take risks, travel, see new places, meet new people, do something really fun. Now, my friends say when I go out and road trip like that, or travel, or do something risky like that, they're like, "Oh, you're crazy, Konata." And I'm like, "Is it crazy? Is it crazy?" And that's when like that voice under the van is like, "No, you're not crazy. Now go into a dark alleyway unarmed. It'll be fun." And to be fair, alleyways are a lot of fun, okay? During the day. Like I found the best prosciutto and cheese, and like nice Italian grandmas who make home cooking spaghetti and pasta, and like, okay, alleyways are like the best. Anyways, going back. It's like, hey, aren't you bored of living? Like, aren't you bored of just living? Don't you want some excitement in your life? The excitement of a near-death experience, like to really feel alive. See, I don't know what to call his voice, but his goal is just like to complete the trip. Call it a wrap, right? Like have a beginning, middle, and end to the story, and just sort of build this good story. And it's not wrong, right? Like at this point in my life, I've tried to stop running from my voice and blocking them out and actually try to listen. And I listen. And I realize like life is kind of like going to Disneyland. If anybody has gone to Disneyland. But it's like life is like a Disneyland that you can only go once. Some people like to try all the rides. But like try all the rides once. And once they're done with the rides, they're like, "Oh, I'm good." And it's like, "Oh, don't you want to like wait for the fireworks show at 9? It's like, "No, I'm good. I got to see everything I wanted. I came here to see. I'm a peace out. See ya." But like some other people like to stay as long as they can. They see the fireworks show at night at 9 o'clock. They wait until all the family and the kids are tired and they go home back to their hotels, and they stay till like midnight, right? Like super late hours at friggin' Disneyland, until park security like kicks them out. So it's like life. Life is kind of like going to Disneyland. And as like this voice under the van is making these points, I'm like, I'm nodding along, all right. Meanwhile, everybody else in the van is like freaking out, like, whoa, wait, like, what about my needs? Or wait, what about like what I want to do and my goals, right? And now there's like this conflict of voices, right? It's like, oh, different voices have different objectives and what they want to do. One voice is like, whoa, hang on, we can't stop the car, or we can't stop to end the trip right now. I got all these other things that I wanted to do and finish, and haven't gotten to visit this place and do those things and that things, and all these places we plan to go or want to go or might go in the future. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up and get off the van. Don't ruin the trip for all of us. But that thing is like clinging on, right? It's like, you can't get rid of me that easy. It's always been there, and it's always there to stay. But no, the voice is kind of stupid too. They're all kind of stupid. Some other things that it says. It's like it'll say it like this. It'll be like, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Or it's grabbing on the back, so it's like, okay, hear me out. What if you go skydiving without a parachute? And then like logic me is like, well, the flaw in that is skydiving costs a lot of money that you don't have and won't have for a long time. And if you want to go skydiving without a parachute, well, if you just want to go skydiving, you have this, other human being tethered to you on your back, right? And that's, nobody wants that. So it's like, well, then if you want to go skydiving alone, you'll have to get a license, right? You got to go training, and that certification takes a lot of money and time, right? And the anger in me is just like, shut the fuck up, don't talk to it, don't even entertain the conversation. Meanwhile, like the thing on the bottom is like, well, I know you like scenery. You could find like a really nice cliff and just jump off. Won't that be exhilarating? Logic me is like, no, there's still a flaw in that. Like, wait, no, I'm sorry. Logic me, even the logic me is stupid, right? Like logic doesn't mean smart. My logic is so stupid. So logic me is like, hey, that sounds like a good idea. So logic me goes and like talks to friends and like shares the idea, brainstorm, right? And the friends are like, you're an idiot. You're stupid. Like, as if you just jump off a cliff, you're not gonna die. You'll just like jump off, have really nice view, and it'll be exhilarating and fun. And but when you slap and face first into that ocean, it'll just all be pain, and you still won't die. And worse, you might even drown. And then like logic me is like, oh shit, I fucked up. And then it goes back to the van, like, no, hey guys, that was a bad idea. And then it's like, the thing under the van is like, okay, what if, hear me out again, you grab a gun this time, and you jump off, and right before you land, bang, and it's like, and it's like, wait, what the fuck? My script broke again. And yeah, so a lot of stupid ideas, a lot of stupid ideas. But basically, the folks in the van had a conversation and came to a compromise, I think. But it's like, when I'm done with all the rides, I'll get the heck out of Disneyland. That, or I have like some sort of terminal illness, because I probably will, because of all my like stress and anger, shit, making cancer cells in my brain right now. But I would love to go out that way. Like, no offense and no disrespect to everybody who doesn't want a terminal illness, which is everybody. Only a freaking psycho would say that. But like, imagine. But let's just see it from a different perspective for just a second, just to entertain me. Like, imagine being told you have 3 months left to live. Horrible for most people. But like, I'd be like, well, that would probably be the best 3 months of my life. I mean, this dumb brain thinking about it. Imagine, like, no stress, no work, no drama, no taxes. I mean, like, okay, I'm not gonna say that next part. That part's shit. But like, no fucks. Absolutely zero fucks. Wouldn't that be amazing? But no, it's like something terminal has a time frame, right? Like, the doctor usually gives you a time frame. They set expectations. And the best thing is like knowing the time and knowing, you know, it's like the whole procrastination phenomenon. Like when you have a deadline, suddenly you like, you know, like the night before an exam, right, or homework is due, you like an hour before you go study and you do all the stuff, you finish everything. When you have a deadline, the worst is an accident. It's unexpected. Like who knows? Like I could be jerking off all day on my last day on Earth, wasting my time. I don't want to go out like that. Give me a terminal illness. Like you say 3 months, I'll take it as one, right? I'll go to Costco. I'll buy like a gallon tub of Nutella and eat it with my bare hands. And then as I'm eating it, I'm gonna stare everybody down. Like, yeah, I bet you wish you could do this right now, don't you? Last day of the month, already. I've flown to a really, really nice place. And there's a lot of nice places. I've flown, last day of the month, I've flown to a really nice place. I go to this really, really nice cliff. I have a nice brunch, and I go to the cliff, and I just sit there. I just sit there all day and just enjoy life. All alone, thinking back on my life. And then sunset rolls around really, really quick before I even know it. I feel the warmth of the sun on my face one last time. The last ray of light glimpses over the horizon. I check my gut one more time, like, all right, we all ready down here? Yep, we all ready. And then I just jump down. Enjoy the view. Life flashing before my eyes. 5 seconds feels like 5 hours. Like I've come to terms. I'm happy. My life is complete. I'm fallen. I reach for the gun that I just bought, my right pocket. Quickly reach over to check my left pocket. Realize that the gun I bought was on the grass at the top of the cliff, and I go, fuck! Face plant, belly flop out of the water. Ah! This is worse. I'm a fucking idiot. No, I think it's important. Also, I apologize. I put the 18 plus thing on hoping to warn people and sort of, yeah. But I think it's important to talk about this sort of stuff, especially if it's real. There's so much stigma around talking, or there has been, at least when I grew up. Nowadays, it's actually a lot better. You know, and it's like, it's like worrying about like people looking at you like, oh, there's something wrong with that person. There's something wrong with this person because they feel this way. It's like, there's something wrong with everybody. Like, I hate, I know there's got to be some medical sense for doing this, but like I hate labeling and labels, any sort, including like disorders, right? Like, oh, this person is diagnosed with this disorder or that disorder, or this is a disorder, it's not normal, it's broken and wrong and bad, and you gotta take drugs for it. It's like life is a disorder. Like, living through life it makes you weird and strange and broken, breaks you, and you have to piece yourself back together and figure life out. And like, show me a perfect human being. I fucking dare you to show me a perfect human being. You bring me a perfect human being, a model person. I'm gonna go. That's the fucking disorder, is being perfect. But I'm working really hard. I'm working really hard to like learn as much as I can, as fast as I can about art, stand-up, comedy. I don't want to call this comedy. This isn't comedy. This won't be comedy for a few years. But I'm trying to learn, because like I want to be able to talk, and when I talk about maybe stuff that's really hard to talk about, I want people to laugh. And I want myself to laugh too. Like, one of my favorite comedians, I think it was Stephen Colbert, said, when you're laughing, you're not fearing. When you are in a moment and you laugh, you can't laugh and be afraid at the same time. You can either be laughing or afraid. They are mutually exclusive. And I don't know, I think it's not a terrible thing to laugh about suicide versus being afraid of it, 'cause when you're laughing, you're not. I'm not gonna keep saying you. When I'm laughing, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not running and hiding, and I'm talking. And talking means I'm exploring, and I'm thinking and considering and reflecting, processing feelings, reasons, and emotions. Because there's something that really bugs me, that troubles me and a lot of people I see, is they're feeling something, and then the other voice in the head is like, no, don't feel that way. That's bad. You shouldn't feel that way. You should, and that's all that amounts to. I've spent so many years going, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel this way. And then that happens for years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And I'm still feeling that way. That's the problem. So obviously, me going, I shouldn't feel this way, didn't do shit. I'm just running, hiding, and never going down that path of why I feel this way. And to go down that path of why I feel this way, I first have to say, oh, I do feel this way. I am an asshole, right? And I have to accept I am an asshole. Not you shouldn't be an asshole. No, I am an asshole. Now let's figure out why. And once I figure out why, maybe I could find ways to be less of an asshole. But of all the voices in my head, the most powerful one, because everybody else has to fight for the steering wheel. Happy has to fight, depressing has to fight, angry has to fight, logic has to fight for the steering wheel. Except for this one. This last voice that I'll talk about, is asleep most of the time, in the way back of the van. Really easy to forget about him. But as they're waking up, everybody knows it's coming. They quake in fear. Uh-oh. And every 30 days, this voice in the back will wake up. Look out the window. Full moon? Ah! And then everyone's like, no, stop. And then they'll just keep going up to the front I'm horny. Lunges forward to the driver's seat. Past logic, right? Forget logic. Past anger and depression. Move out of the way. Get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, Happy's in the passenger scene. Hey, yo, what up? High five. Woo! They're good friends. Horny. What was it? They're good friends. They have good conversations. One One likes to talk about one talks about orgasms all the time. The other one talks about foodgasms. They get along really well. I'm gonna call this last voice. What's a good name? I'm gonna call him Dick. I'll just call him Dick. Right? Dick takes the wheel. Dick drives over to one of those like highway porn shops. I don't know why those still fucking exist, but they do. You could drive down a highway and interstate, you'll find like big billboards saying porn here, porn. Like they don't know the freaking internet exists. Anyways, everybody else is like waiting in the car, like a little uncomfortable. It's like, and they're like talking, like whispering, hey, like we could just leave him. Like, it's like, no, we can't leave him. Like, nobody here has the motivation that Dick does. Like, how are we ever gonna find a partner without Dick? And like, if they find out we want to ditch him, they're gonna be mad. Like, I don't want to fight him. We're like scrawny little weaklings. Like, yo, between you and me, Dick kind of big. Meanwhile, Happy in front is like laughing their ass off. Like, yeah, I know, that's what I like about him. All right, here come the dick jokes. Ready or not? Here's something that whenever I hear it, makes me giggle, like a 4-year-old. And it's this word. It's the word that makes me giggle like a 4-year-old is erectile dysfunction. Like, especially when said with like a straight face, like erectile dysfunction. Like imagine like getting diagnosed. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say it to be mean. I'm just saying it to be funny. Doctor comes in, and you have your pants down, of course, right? This is just like I've never went to the doctor for this before, so I'm just imagining. Yeah, you got your pants down. Doctor shows you like, I don't know, a racy magazine, like a 1980s Playboy or something. I don't know what the fuck you do with some ankle, you know, and nuttin'. And like not the good kind of nuttin' that they're looking for. Next up, okay, show you like a firefighter's calendar, still nuttin', right? And then the doctor's like, okay, thank you. You can now pull up your SpongeBob underpants and khaki cargo shorts back up. And it's like the doctor's like, Mr. Man, it appears you have erectile dysfunction. And it's like, I could never be a nurse. I could never be a nurse. Because like, if I was the nurse, I would be in the corner like bawling, laughing, like tears coming out of my eyes every time the doctor said erectile dysfunction. So like, I've wondered if like I've ever had ED before. Because Dick here, over in the back seat, only takes the wheel about like once a month on a full moon. I have no fucking clue why. But I'm like pretty sure I don't have erectile dysfunction. The same way, I'm pretty sure I have a big dick. Sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. I haven't. The reason why I know is I haven't seen enough dicks close up to know. Like I don't have a frame of dick reference. I wish I did, but I don't. But and it's very important. I'm not dumb enough to compare myself to like porn stars. All right, like that should just get depressing. Like one of my favorite things to do is read comments under porn videos. Like my favorite comment to this day is a comment under a video that read, and the comment read, "Yo, bro's dick is bigger than my will to live." So I don't know. Like all I know is when Dick's driving down the freeway, right, like a maniac, swerving, you know, left and right, back and forth. I'm looking at him from the passenger seat like, hell yeah. At this point, I would like to shift the mood 180 degrees and end my set. Yes, we are at the end. End my set with a sincere, heartfelt, meaningful song, piece of music about the hardships of going through life, depression. I think it's important to share that moment together and talk about it in a sincere way. And this song expresses all of the deep, complex emotions of what I'm feeling and maybe what other people are feeling through music. I even put together like a simple choreo, very, very simple choreo for a dance break during the dance break. So you can follow along in the audience if you like. Thank you for listening. All right, here goes. Gotta get into character. Something a little more serious and less stand-up-y. One sec. Okay. All right, here goes.
Whenever life gets you down, keeps you wearing a frown, and the gravy train has left you behind. And when you're all out of hope, down at the end of your rope, and nobody's there to throw you a line. If you ever get so low that you don't know which way to go, come on and take a walk in my shoes. Never worry about a thing, got the world on a string, 'cause I've got the cure for all of my blues. I take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis, and the happy times are coming to stay. I gotta sing and I dance when I glance in my pants, and the feeling's like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis, everything is going my way. Disc break. Penis. Hey, one more time. Look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis, and the happy times are coming to stay. Yeah, I got great big amounts in the place where it counts, and it's feeling like a sunshiny day. Take a look at my enormous penis, everything is going my way. Everything is going my way. My meat is meter. Everything is going my way.
Size doesn't matter.
Everything is going my way. Yum. All right, everybody, that's the end of my set. Good night. Thank y'all for coming. Bye.